And you mentioned your freshman class last year. How important is it as sophomores that they kind of take their game to the next level this season?
It's very important, but I think they put themselves in position to do it. Taylor Braun physically looks like a different person. I mean, he's getting to be where when he came to us, he was really skinny, concave chest. Now he's kind of a man. He also has developed just a killer instinct. You know, when we're in practice, he wants to win every drill. He's on the floor for every loose ball first. You know, I look at guys like him and Trey. They need to make the biggest strides because they are physically the most talented players on our team. To be able to do it night in, night out, well, you know, Tweet made that transition pretty good. So there's precedence for it in this program, but it is a big step to take. And you know, for all those sophomores, Marshall, I'm just dying to find ways to get him more aggressive offensively. The kid shoots 60% from the field. He needs to shoot it more. It's not really his nature, but if you're going to help the team, you got to grow into that nature a little bit, hunt down shots. But I think you look across the board, that sophomore class with 6 kids in there, one better than the other, in my opinion. That's going to be a backbone of this program for a long, long time. And one of the things that really excites me moving forward, this year you're going to kind of see the baseline of where we start from, and I think that could be pretty high. Now, we got to work a lot between now and our first game to make it as high as we want to make it. But, you know, realistically with that group moving forward, a chunk of 6, we should be good this year, better the next year, better the next year. Hopefully the good this year is really good. I know it'll be entertaining.
Obviously, with Marshall, do you want to get him the ball down low more often?
Oh, yeah.
And does it help you with the point guards that you have coming in, where it'll be easier for him to get the ball down low on the post?
Well, I hope that's part of it. We also, in Canada, many of our sets had a strong emphasis toward throwing it into the big fella. You know, he just, it's a mindset. It's a, I need that ball. It's the mindset that you'll walk up to your point guard and you say, you're touching me on this one. I'm getting the ball on this one. And if you know Marshall, that's so far removed from what he's all about. He's a tough kid, but he's a quiet kid. And again, that different players have to develop in different ways. That's how he has to develop. And quite honestly, I've got to create a mindset with our guards that, you know what, if Marshall hasn't touched it for a while, we got to correct that and we got to make sure that he does. And that's all growing as a team.
So with him, is it more so, instead of physically, it's more so him just demanding the ball?
Yeah, just a nasty streak in him. Like I said, he's tough. Don't get me wrong. I mean, anybody that, I forget who it was, he threw somebody over his shoulder last year when they both tied up for the ball. And he's tough, he won't back down, but he's not relentless offensively yet. And you know what? That served him just fine his freshman year. But as he moves forward, let's get you more relentless. Let's get it so that that ball seems like the last scrap of food on the planet and you need to eat it.
Trayvon, we got to see lots of highlight dunks from him. How do you anticipate his role changing?
Yeah, I would pay money to watch Trey play. I mean, he's evolved. His shot has improved tremendously. And I think you saw it improve through the year last year where the Oral Roberts game, he was a good shooter. You know, there's technically not a whole lot wrong with his shot, period. He's learning how to knock it down. His big transition is going to be 2 things. A, movement without the ball. That doesn't come natural for him. Partly because of the way that he played in the past in his high school team. He would, when he needed a shot, he'd just catch in the wing and break you down and try to dunk or get an offensive rebound and dunk. Well, that doesn't work quite so easily in college where the defenders are a little more capable. He's got to learn to use his legs and his eyes to get him open shots. But boy, the skill set that he has, he can dribble, he can pass, he can rebound, he can shoot. Certainly defensively cause all kinds of problems just with his length. You talk about wildly dramatic upside on a kid. A chance to be just really one of the, transcendent players in our league. He's got that capability moving forward.
And so do you potentially see with him and Taylor, maybe you guys going more up-tempo now that you have the guards that
Well, I think going up-tempo is one of the things with that. You've got to create turnovers. You've got to create opportunities to run. You run primarily in three ways in college basketball. You block a shot, you get a long rebound, or you turn the ball over. And I think we're capable of forcing tougher shots that lead to longer rebounds. I think we're certainly capable with Jordan back, with Trayvon, even with Taylor, guys like that, of blocking some more shots. And as far as getting steals, LA provides some good defensive feet on the ball. Dylan Hale's a kid that really can wreak all kinds of havoc on the perimeter, shooting gaps in lanes. And that early returns we're already running more, and it's not necessarily a design. It's more of a function of our defense, and that's a good thing. It's certainly fun for fans. We're going to be out in the open court just because of some of the plays we're able to make defensively.
And you mentioned Dylon, set out last year as a transfer. What type of player is Dylon?
Heavily tattooed. He is. He makes Terrell Pryor look tattooless. He's very good athlete, electric. It's funny when I was talking to one of the assistants at Texas State after he decided he was going to transfer. He said he's the quietest, best athlete on the court you'll ever see. You don't even realize he is until he, boom, makes a play. I think what's come out in this past year is you see it more consistently out of him. But, you look at that athletic ability, a lot of times you associate being a great defender, being great on the ball, being able to really go with ball in hand with not necessarily being the best shooter. And he gets on rolls from three that are just ridiculous. He shot the ball poorly in Canada, and I still thought he was one of the best players on the court. I mean, he just did so many other things. Again, a world of upside to him. He's just the kid had 21 against DePaul as a true freshman. That's a Big East squad. That's okay. There's something there. How do we harness that?
And you mentioned shooting. Got to talk about Mike Felt. Stroke, unbelievable.
Yeah, he absolutely is the most pure shooter that I've been around at any level. I mean, in terms of just technically correct. When he graduates, I'm going to hire him to teach my son how to shoot because he's got everything right. Or maybe I'll just have him stand in my driveway and shoot and just point out everything that's right about it. He is, I think he's one of the best pure shooters in the nation, period.